I started learning piano yesterday. I'm taking lessons. Met this guy at my church and super cool guy. We've like literally like grew up in like the same youth group and stuff. Well, not the same youth group, but similar areas. Like we'd see each other at different things here and there. And he's just always been like good vibes, good guy. And yeah, I was just at church talking to somebody, and I think I might have said something about piano. He's like, "Bro, I teach piano." I was like, "Bro." So like, I went to his house and got me some water, and we just dove into it. And he likes Nintendo, like I like Nintendo games, and so I'm gonna be playing video game music. I have a dream to make video game music for a game at some point because I have some little tunes in my head. I've listened to so much video game music, so I want to give back in that way. I also want to write some like church music. I've written some church songs like with lyrics, but I haven't written like the actual music. So one step closer to that today. Today was day two. I went and practiced a little bit with at my cousin's house. So they have a piano I can go and play whenever, which is super nice. And it's just like all these things are in place to help you develop this talent. And I'm so blessed to have had really good places to hone my talent. Some people don't have that. They have to like run up a hill to like get to the basketball court or something like that. I've never had that. It's so easy to take that for granted. Like when I was growing up playing basketball, I had a hoop right outside my house, and I had wonderful parents that celebrated my efforts, sometimes like almost ridiculous amount, but yeah, wow, yeah. And I mean, that's what you got to do though, especially like today when I was practicing and I was getting a little frustrated. I was like playing this song called like re something in the book, and I was getting a little frustrated. My cousin was there helping me out, and he's more seasoned piano player than I am. He's kind of like helping me out, and so like when I could hear the tune better, I was like, dude, this is hype, this is good stuff. And it's just so beautiful. It's helped me to understand in life we will make mistakes. That's literally part of the plan. Like that's literally it. Christ came and suffered infinitely so that we could find peace, we could find strength from him. And I've found that strength from him many times. And there's been times where I've made a little mistake and I just like, I throw off my hat and I'm like, I'm sorry, God, help me out. And he's always like, dude, just get back to the piano. And now I can't pick up my hat. I have a little bit of hat hair, but you get the point. Those are such beautiful moments, as opposed to like when we run away from the piano and be like, I'll never become a pianist, I'll never become anything in my life, and we tell ourselves this horrible story that's not true. When we're willing to sit back at the piano bench of life and try again, try to love our neighbor, try to lift up other people, it's a beautiful thing. And our song of life is still going. I've played some wrong notes in my life, or wrong notes, or just I have made some mistakes, some big mistakes. And the Lord's just like, hey, dude, like I suffered for all this. Like I helped you out. I'll help you out with this. That gives me so much encouragement. It gives me so much peace to know that Christ already suffered for all my pain and all my mistakes and all my sorrows and all my afflictions, and don't really have anything to worry about. Just kind of trust him and roll with the tunes, roll with the process. And I feel it with my poetry. Sometimes I'll like put a couple words in my head or put like a ending in my head and I write the rest of it. It's the same thing with life. It's like there's little things that God will put in the picture, and he helps us to put the puzzle pieces in place and to work and to try new things. I love that quote that says like God left, a lot of the inventions of the world unmade. He left electricity undiscovered, so we could discover them. Like that's a beautiful thing. That's love, is to let people discover things for themselves, to like help them out. And I just have a lot of things. I'm just like, oh, la, 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 la. It's been a good week. It's kind of funny. It's just more of a vloggy style, I guess, but piano is special. Piano is a very special instrument. And I feel like the piano's been talking to me my whole life. And I had a wonderful grandma. I believe she's still living, as a spirit and such, but she would help me with the piano, and she's really good at the piano. Probably call her a virtuoso at the piano. She was really, really good. And yeah, like it's cool to be able to do that again, to be able to play the piano. And it's just a beautiful thing. But I'm glad I have the time and I have things really in a really good spot. And I just need to continue to treasure it. To whom much is given, much is required. And I know God has great plans for all of us, and he has talents for us, and he'll help us to develop new ones. I definitely am feeling that. And I've been thinking about my hat here. This whole video since I threw off the hat, but it's completely fine. It's like we get so caught up in our own insecurities, and God is nothing but just enamored and so impressed with our attempts to try, and just the fact that we're beautifully becoming, we're beautifully changing, and it's all just gonna take time. But yeah, I've been hearing the piano for a long time. Now I'm learning to speak back to it really well. And I took piano for like a year when I was really young, like 9. But now that I've learned so much about habits, you know, thoughts, how powerful those are, and all these other things, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's so interesting. So it's like, I think my hand's getting a little tired. That's fine. Yeah, so like, the last thing I want to say, I read this book about momentum a while ago. It's a good book. I probably won't have I'll have a link to it in the description, just not this very second. But it's from, actually, it probably will be this very second. But anyway, it's from Stephen Guise, and he talks about like how momentum can be like standing at the top of a hill and looking down. Like that's easy momentum. Like you just push the boulder and it's just like, bloop. Then there's the other kind of momentum where like you're standing at the bottom and you're looking up and it's just like, you're like, well, it's more like if I hold my hand the other way, but you know what I mean? It's like the other way. I can't do it with this hand without switching hands like that. Yeah, you're trying to like go up that. That's difficult. So yeah, just kind of making it easier. I believe life was meant to be joyful, is meant to be meaningful, is meant to have opposition and struggle and such. And that's so we can learn to create beautiful music with our lives and to enjoy the journey. I think that's basically it. I think that's all I got. But God loves your imperfection. I'm learning to love my imperfection more through playing the piano and all that stuff. So I'm excited for what's to come. But thank you for watching, and know that God loves you and he's aware of you. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.